at Jaguar Land Rover is massively proud to be a platinum partner for the Queen's Jubilee pageant. Well, we've had this incredible relationship with the royal family, holding royal warrants, and we've got this amazing collection of both early Land Rovers, including the very first Land Rover unveiled at the 1948 Amsterdam show. We got two of the Queen's beloved Land Rover Defenders, selection of cars from the Bond films, amazing fleet of classic Jaguars. We're delighted to announce that we're gifting a brand new Defender 130 to Her Majesty the Queen to commemorate her 70 years of tireless service to the British people. And this is going straight to the British Red Cross to be used in disaster zones around the world and around the UK as required.
Well, the donation of the Defender is absolutely huge, and it represents everything about the partnership over the last 65 or so years with Land Rover, but also it comes at that time with the Jubilee that says so much about our relationship with the Queen, who has been our patron since she ascended to the throne in 1952.
Land Rover has supported the British Red Cross in supplying us with over 167 Land Rovers to support with the global pandemic of COVID-19. This has helped us reach people in rural communities and also people that have been affected by the virus itself.
Well, everyone at Jaguar Land Rover is just so proud to be associated with such a historic event with over 5,000 artists and performers. We've got this incredible fleet of cars, and if you look really closely, you might see some really familiar faces behind the wheel.
welcome to the first annual DC Ladies Jam presented by DC Shoes at Stoner Skate Plaza. Sunday, March 6, 2022. Contest is out!
The Jiralia is absolutely spectacular. It's got a slightly mystic feel to it.
To win the race, you need to be perfect in everything.
There's no compromise. You have to be focused all the time.
It is the most prestigious race, I think, in the Mediterranean.
Passion, tradition, and a respect for continuity. Values which have always typified the Rolex Jiralia. In mid-June, this famous fixture in Mediterranean sailing returns with its 3-day inshore series, followed by the renowned 241 nautical mile offshore race. For the first time in 3 years, the event, organised by the Yacht Club Italiano in collaboration with the Société Nautique de Saint-Tropez, will again see Saint-Tropez take centre stage. The picturesque town of France's Côte d'Azur is much loved by sailors, in part due to its rich nautical heritage. For nearly 70 years, the Rolex Jiralia offshore race has provided a platform for Corinthian sailors to test themselves against elite professional crews. Following the Saint-Tropez send-off, the fleet races to La Formique turning mark, and then to the iconic Jiralia Rock off the northern tip of Corsica, the undeniable symbol and alluring reference point for the entire race. From here, as fatigue often sets in, comes a testing leg to the finish off the illustrious port of Genoa. In recent years, around 200 diverse entries from over 20 nations have been attracted by the charms and challenges this race can offer. For the frontrunners, the race record of just under 15 hours set a decade ago will be an enticing target. The main prize of overall victory is decided on handicap, where preparation, teamwork, skill and dedication are fundamental to success. The 69th Rolex Jiralia offshore race commences on the 15th of June.
You can hear cocktails being shaken, chips being put into bowls. We are at the official launch of No. 7 Pro Derm Scan.
For me, skincare is what it says. It's about looking after your skin. It's the only skin you've got. You know, it's not one size fits all.
Everybody's skin is completely unique and completely different, and often it depends even on the time of year.
Skincare as a phrase to me is always a drama, is what it reminds me of, because I go through so many different ideas of things that I want to do.
As I've got older, it's meant health. Skincare means to me confidence and relaxation. I feel like when my skincare is on point, I always feel like my life is together.
I think a fully personalised skincare service would be absolutely amazing.
Nowadays it's so hard to know what's good for you, like what do you need, and I think spending 5-10 minutes learning more about it, I would definitely, would love that.
So the number 7 Pro Derm Scan has taught me that my skin needs a little bit more hydration, which I kind of know. So I need to be lathering on more moisturiser and maybe a few more face masks.
The Pro Derm Scan is kind of a game changer because it means you can find out about your skin type.
So I've learnt that my skin is dry, arid, and I've learnt that I need to use a special sort of cleanser in the shower, which I love so up my street. And I've learnt more in that 10 minutes than I have ever known.
Hi, my name is Christopher Coleman. I competed in the sport of 4-man bobsled in the 1992 Olympic Winter Games in Albertville, France, and in 1994 in Lillehammer, Norway. Right now, I am a photographer in Colorado Springs, Colorado, and I enjoy doing landscapes. I'm proud of the artwork that I've produced in this project. The purpose of these photographs is to highlight the athlete who is training in Colorado Springs and enjoying the beautiful landscape in this area. As an artist, belief is having trust in yourself that you have done. I've taken the photos over and over again. I've done the homework. I've done all the hard work ahead of time until you ultimately get a result that you're happy with. And hopefully at the end of the day, something that the viewer, someone who is looking at my photograph, can understand and relate to. I can say that as an athlete, I was hyper-focused, I was dedicated, I was determined. As an artist, I would consider myself, very, very contemplative, very, very thoughtful, very determined. The Olympic values influence my work in a number of ways. The first thing that comes to mind is persistence. For this particular project, I had to be very, very persistent in going out to various venues, shooting that venue in morning light, in evening light, sometimes with a subject, sometimes without, going back and trying to figure out exactly what do I want to achieve. And it's just about being persistent and trying different things over and over and over again until I get the result that I'm happy with.
June 27, 1950. President Harry Truman orders American air and naval forces into the Korean War on the side of South Korea. That happens after the United Nations urges its members to help repel communist North Korea's invasion of the non-communist South.
We must and we shall give every possible assistance to people who are determined to maintain their independence. We must counteract the communist weapon of fear.
1973. In Washington, former White House counsel John Dean tells the Senate Watergate Committee about an enemies list kept by President Richard Nixon's White House. 1969. Patrons at the Stonewall Inn fight back after police raid the gay bar in New York City's Greenwich Village. The clashes are considered the birth of the modern gay rights movement, as Tom Clifford recalls years later during a gay pride parade in the Big Apple.
Stonewall was a courageous act, but it really was a spark that caused people to say, we're not going to take this anymore.
And 2001.
How many me do you seek?
One cheap, chiseling shyster lawyer who, of all people, had to marry my sister.
Oscar-winning actor Jack Lemmon dies of cancer in Los Angeles. Lemmon, whose roles included The Odd Couple, Some Like It Hot, and Grumpy Old Men, was 76. Today in History, June 27th. Tim McGuire, The Associated Press.
Welcome back in our studio, and in today's news,